prepare the meals under the pandemic, and we do everything just to encourage everybody to take vegetarianism. Okay, and this film was filmed in 2021 during the session and the forum of the thinking of Mr. Yin Shun. And today we will have Professor Lin Jiande, and he talks about the Buddhism in the world. And is it proper that we adopt vegetarianism during the pandemic? And let's also take the second film. And this is a second film for you. And it is 2020. And every year, the religion and the humanity department will have a camp every year. And after listening to Master Zheng Yan's Dharma, and we feel joy, and we invite a Tzu Institute of Religion and Humanity and abode of masters and have this camp. And he talks not only Buddhism, and he talks about his views to be implemented in the Saha world. And we really want to implement the Buddhism in the world. And we focus on how to focus their mind and do something for the human beings and for Buddhism. And we really want to encourage people to spread the Dharma and do something beneficial to our society. And this is a film taken in 2020 and during a camp of attaining Buddhahood. And what we have done in Tzu Chi is all shown there. And let's take a look at the last film here. And so Lotus Sutra has a very specialty in the characters, in the calligraphy, and also in its sutra illustration. And this is very wonderful that we can turn the sutra into the illustration. And in ancient times, it is a really wonderful thing to just spread the Dharma. And it shows the compassion of the great vehicle Buddhism. And the southern branch of the National Palace Museum collects the Lotus Sutra. And I listen to the Dharma talk every morning, and this is a very, very good thing for us to read the sutra by ourselves, right? And it talks about how we practitioners should do. And I say we have to do everything diligently. So that's all for our films. And through such a forum and the presentation, and we can learn Buddhism through illustration, through art, and we know the meaning of our lives, right? And what I shared with you today is Dr. Lin Jiande, and he also came over here last year. And Lin Jiande has a lot of guided reading for us before we begin our presentation in Buddhism on Dai TV. And let's not talk about really literally in Buddhism. I don't think people like that or understand that. And what we want to do is just we speak in prose language and spread Buddhism, the Dharma. And today, besides Lin Jiande, and we will have some of his students coming here. So let's welcome Lin Jiande and his graduate students through our slogan. I like to be with you because you have a positive energy. Okay, Dr. Lin, please. Okay, Xue Yu and Mei Yun and every volunteer online. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm very happy that I can share something with you online. And if I want to go to your online study group, Kaohsiung, then I have to wait for a long time. And this study group is really remarkable for like 10 volunteers. And I'm very honored to be invited here. And I meet you online. It is very good. And 10 University is founded by Master Zheng Yan, and it is one of Master Zheng Yan's major missions. And now we are the Institute of Religion and Humanity, and it is a code with what Master Zheng Yan's teach is all about. And what are we doing in our institute? And this is the presentation that I am going to show you. And how do we pass on the Dharma lineage and spread the Jingsi Dharma lineage? And in our Institute of Religion and Humanity, and this is our mission, that we have to tell Tzu Chi stories with academic languages. And we are a graduate school, and this is our mission to spread the Buddha's teaching through academic languages. This is really our big mission and a responsibility. And to tell well the Tzu Chi stories has like two aspects. And number one, how do we tell the story well? And number two, how do we tell the stories completely? Because Tzu Chi has so many beautiful and touching stories. To just perform them well, this is our mission. And in 2019, then we have a Tzu Chi section. And why? Because we want to tell stories of Tzu Chi well. And Tzu Chi stories are full of beauty and compassion. And we have to introduce you about how beautiful Tzu Chi is. And this is a part of our mission here. And we have many beautiful Tzu Chi stories. And they are all the good sources for us for the research. And we have the spirituality about how Master Zheng Yan founded the Tzu Chi Foundation, and how we understand all the details of all the stories are part of the research goals. And behind all the stories, and do they symbolize anything? And do the readers or students feel touched after all the stories read? And here are all the research sources that we are working on. Well, and let's open up a theory and the model in our institute. For example, what is a cashful work? And this is a model after we do the relief work. And we take care about both the disaster areas and the refugees' life. I think this is a very new model for the Buddhism. And it is a very, very good role model in Buddhism. And we want to let everybody know about it. through doing good deeds. And we want to tell everyone how after through doing good deeds, they can just become a practitioner. And I think of a Dharma lineage of a Tzu Chi, and we have like a Tzu Chi Buddhism, and we also have Zen. And why do we have the Tzu Chi knowledge? And because we are the first generation of Master Zheng Yan, like a Tzu Chi Dharma lineage. So we say we are the pioneers. And in our institute, and we have to follow up such development and do such research. Why are we doing that? I think we have like four goals for you. Number one, then we have to pass on the new experience to the next generation. Like we have four major missions and 8 footprints, and we have to spread this and cultivate talents and tell the world and spread it through the world. And we want everybody know about what the 4 major missions and 8 footprints are, like, through international forums, and do introductions and let people know more about it. And maybe people may understand it or misunderstand it. And through researches, and we want to have a mutual understanding of such a concepts. And we explain, and we really do something, and it is a kind of a demonstration about what the Tzu Chi Buddhism is all about. As a Tzu Chi volunteer, this is a major mission for us. So, like the Institute of Religion and Humanity of Tzu Chi is all based on Master Zheng Yan's teachings. And we have to purify the society and purify people's minds. And this is our basic concept. And through the implementation of our faith, and we clarify that we can purify people's heart. And this is so-called implementation. And this is the goal that we really heal the world. And we help people, and we comfort people in suffering. And everything we do is all based on Master Zheng Yan's teaching. And here in the picture, and you will see this is our campus in Hualien. And we are just near the central like mountain of Taiwan. So you will see the scenery is pretty good here. And it is really inspiring, right? And nearby are like a Tzu Chi, like a tech University of Technology, and the Tzu Chi, like elementary school and the junior high school, senior high school. And this is the space in a picture that students and teachers learn together. And on the right, the picture, you see like Xie Jiaxun and the students like having discussions together. And on the left, you will see like masters from Jin's abode who just came over and share their idea with the students. And it is a kind of harmonious environment. And here is our break room. And the break room looks really comfortable. And the students and the teachers can just take a break there. And the goal of our education is to combine the Tzu Chi Buddhism and the idea, so we can just cultivate the talents and do their best to benefit the world. And like He Risheng almost like offers and opens new courses and curriculum in our university. And the students can just use our resources really like efficiently. And if you want to know more information about our institute, then you can just come over here, and we will invite a lot of staff members or volunteers in Tzu and share their wonderful experience here, and they are the wonderful teaching resources here. And in our institute, and of course, we have great professors, and we have professors with a background of anthropology and religious teachings, and they are all very professional in their fields, right? And if you want to know more about them, please check out our website, and they will have a kind of introduction for you. And we design all the curriculum through healing and caring in Tzu. And this is the experience of Tzu. And we really promote such kind of modern ideas in Buddhism. And in this picture, and we show you students taking pictures with masters in the abode. And they really combine Buddhism and the curriculum altogether through this, right? And I think religious belief is very similar to the introduction of Buddhism in our institute. And we introduce what is the right belief. And then we will introduce to students, besides belief, and we still have to put them into action through a lot of disaster retribution in Tzu. And they are the real experience. Okay, so this is part of the implementation. And let's talk about the healing part. And after we do the distribution in the disaster areas, and how we calm and comfort all the refugees, and this is a part of the experience that we need to share with the students. And students may just share ideas with social workers and the volunteers and even the masters from the abode. And of course, they will have a chance to also convey or express their love in all the institutes, nursing homes. And everything we do is all based on the Jinsi Dharma lineage. We combine the 4 major missions, and we apply the resources very well and efficiently, and we combine the study and the research and also the implementation together. And in this picture, and we will have a 2-day and 1 night a meditation camp. And meditation is not only sitting there, and it is also a lesson for us to calm down and think about the right goal and the right approach for themselves, right? And we have a Tzu Buddhism, an institute, and Master Zheng Yuan just in person came over and give out her best blessings here. And this is education and the research center for Tzu Buddhism in this picture. And you are very welcome to come over and take a look. And this is our institute. And this is our environment. Then we have very, very abundant book collections. And when Master Zheng Yuan came over to our institute, and she said that she expects that everybody can go back to the very, very first aspirations of Tzu. And that aspiration causes us to have the Tzu environment and the Jinsi Dharma lineage. And education is a way for us to pass down such a thing to you. And we also cooperated with the Yinsun Education Foundation, and in order to cultivate more talents to pass on the Dharma lineage. And we hope to do two things. Number one is to spread the Dharma for everybody to know about the Tzu Chi. And number two, we have to learn something in ourselves, right? Okay. And that means that we have to spread the Dharma outward, and inward we learn something and cultivate ourselves. And this is the goal for us. So this is a very, very important part that we can just connect to all the part of like a Tzu Chi missions. Well, Lin Jiande, I think there's a lag, okay? And your internet is disconnected, right? Okay, now. No problem now. And I mentioned that we do the like a Tzu Chi mission, okay? And we tell Tzu Chi stories through academic languages. And education mission now requires every Tzu Chi people to pass down the teachings. Okay. Okay, please wait a moment. All right. So please put your PowerPoint in full screen. And you are running out of time, please. Okay, please put it in full screen. And I mentioned that if you study in our institute, and it is a way to support our like Tzu Chi major missions, and Hualien is a great place, and we have a wonderful environment for you, so it is a good place to study here. So it is a chance for you to calm yourself down and read and do the research. So our environment here is very good to study Buddhism. And besides, like we have a lot of Tzu Chi volunteers in Hualien, which means that we really have a good people combining here all together, doing good things, being companions. So again, you are very welcome to come over and study here in the Tzu Chi Institute of Religion and Humanity. And we will just have one more like an interview with students if you're interested in, okay, on December 19th through January 6th, 2023. And if you really want to experience our Tzu Chi stories and really put it into implementation, sincerely, you are welcome to study here. Thank you. Thank you. And later on, we will have teachers and graduate students in our institute, and they will do their sharings with you. And let's pass on the time to teacher Jian Wenling.
Okay, now let's invite our professor, Miss Jian Wenling. She's going to share her experience teaching in the Tzu Chi Institute of Our Religions and Humanity. Hello, everybody. Good morning, everyone. I am Jian Wenling from the Tzu Chi Institute of Religions and Humanity. It's my pleasure to introduce our department to you. You know, there's a lot of stories from Tzu Chi to be told. But what we are going to do is use the academic language to tell the story. We're gathering everybody's story and by the academic way and to pass the story and organize it to a Tzu Chi school. And then the 4 main missions with 8 endeavors passed by our Master Zheng Yan's preach are really meaningful. And what is the difference between Tzu Chi Foundation and the Red Cross or other NGO? Besides this story, if there doesn't mean anything practically, then how can we encourage all the Tzu Chi volunteer to practice? For the Buddhist, for the human beings, is our Master Zheng Yan's vow, and also the purpose of Master Zheng Yan to pass
实际的义举呢，和红十字会或者是其他慈善团体的这个善行有什么不同的地方？那如果这些故事背后呢，没有修行的意涵，那如何 Dharma? So by the academic language, we can tell the heart. Besides the good deeds, they also has the know-how to practice by the educational theory and academic way. So this is the main idea how we can lead our industry, our Tzu Chi work to lead the more volunteer to the Bodhisattva's way. So our department provides the students not just the Buddhist theories, also combines with practical. So students, they join our course, they can do the research and the practical and do the implementary. So we combine the theory and the practical together. Therefore, I would like to invite all of you to join our team and to achieve the goal in Bodhisattva's way by learning the theory and the practical. Now we are going to invite another student. She's from Kaohsiung, and she would like to share us her experience by studying Tzu Chi Institute of Religions and Humanity. Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to share you and to promote the department. Do you like the beautiful environment in Hualien? While you calm down and think about the goals of your life, maybe sometimes you think about when will you leave this world and what will you be after you leave this world. If you have so many questions that like me, then I would like to suggest you to find your answers here in our department, because we cannot live religions. What is religions? Religions is the purpose of the main goal of our life, and is also the education of our life. So religious is not a big secret. It's not complicated either. It's just the ways how we live our life. So if you're interested in philosophy, the religions and humanity, then you're welcome to study here. And what can we do after we graduated from Tzu Chi Institute of Religions and Humanity? You can choose which group you are going to join, and after you finish your course, you can join the volunteer works, and you can teach in the school and can do so many meaningful works too. Now we would like to introduce another student, Mr. Wang Yaoming. He's sharing why I will study in the Tzu Chi Institute of Religions and Humanity. Actually, I would like to share it. Because in 2013, while I go to join the Kaohsiung online study group, I get a book card. It says that we have to
is the journey begins. It's a diligently carry out faith, vows, and practice. So this encouraged me to go on study. And after I joined that activities, I see a card from my friends, and I see it's a promotion about the Tzu Chi Institute of Religious and Humanity. And a few days later, some other friends recruitment of the Tzu Chi Institute of Religious and Humanity. And accidentally, and somebody sent me a link, and this is the third time that I get information that the recruitment, the application of Tzu Chi Institute of Religion and Humanity. So wow, it's really incredible for me. All these informations are telling me that what I should go on my study here. So I would like to share you, do you still remember what Mr. Zheng Yan tell us? She said, all of us, we need to look back our life and all the time, and we have to take an inventory on our lives. So if you think you are too old, classmates, we have the students just graduated and we more than 70 years old. It's never too late to learn. And we have our classmates are from all different professions, but we have the same purpose. And while you join this course, you are going to take a lot of course to learn so many multiple courses. You are able to learn the main ideal of the life, and we have dormitory, we have the scholarship you can apply, and during the weekends you can join the practical of our volunteer to the recycle station. So until now, I think I answered all of the question you may have. Are you become more faithful to join us? I would like to ask you, how many times you see the information, the recruitment of our Tzu Chi Institute of Religions and Humanity? Maybe it's your chance now to join us. I'm grateful that I have the chance to share this to you. The right thing, you should just do the right thing. Thank you for your sharing. Thank you for the sharing from our chief and the two classmates sharing. Besides, we have two students here today to do the promotion of our Tzu Chi Institute of the Religions and Humanity. Now, I would like to thank you. We have the good feedback immediately from Japan. It's really nice to pass the Tzu Chi's nice story by the academic language. And how lucky we are have the chance to learn all of these informations from all this knowledge from Tzu Chi school and the Tzu Chi Buddhism. It's really the good news and the good deeds to the people all over the world. Thanks for volunteer Miss, our director Lin Jiande's sharing, and the sharing of two classmates that the Q&A is really helpful for all of us who we are interested in studying to go on the study in Tzu Chi Institute of Religious and Humanity. I'm glad that once I have attended the activities leading by our director, Mr. Lin Jiande, I have learned a lot during that experience. Thank you for all of your good feedback. All of your feedbacks today to our Kaohsiung online study group is great encouragement for all of us in our team. by using the academic language to tell the 慈济 story in a proper way. It's very nice. We can see the classmates on webcam and on live here. And I think most of us, like me, before we have the chance to be volunteer in Tzu Foundation, actually we have no chance to learn the theory and the implement of Buddhists. So it's really nice that we have the chance to learn more. Thank you all to join us today, the teachers, students, and friends. It's really nice to hear your sharing from Tzu Institute of Religions and Humanity. We are grateful to have you here today. Now I'm going to show you the QR code. If you're interested and you would like to apply for the course, here is the QR code, and you can find more information. And the date, you can start to apply. It's the date from December. Now, everybody is important and everybody has its own talent. So now, actually, I would like to invite the next volunteer. She has done a lot to help.
And Sister Pancho Yu from Thailand. And in 2019 in Cambodia,